Hey, what's up, guys? Jaco, D-Lo, how you guys doing this morning? So today we've got Valhalla set up because that last bonus round went crazy with like 11 retriggers. So I figured we need to give it another shot. This time though, I've actually tuned it at $25 denomination, 36 credits max bet, so $900 a spin. Let's see if we can get lucky. What's up, Nelson? Welcome, man. Mike Rogalski, good morning to you, sir. It's a slot machine. How's it going, buddy? Sizzling Slots, Jackpot's in the house. Jaco P and D-Lo 1. Welcome, guys. Happy Wednesday morning to you. So we're testing out a new camera today. Once USPS drop kicked it all the way to my mailbox. It is the Logitech C922X ProStream webcam. So let's see if it looks a little better. I think it's a little bit crisper. It's supposed to be putting out 1080p at 60 frames per second. So hopefully that's better for you guys. Hey, Michelle Loves Slots, welcome. Good morning to you. Random Angry Anus, welcome to you. Good morning. This is a home personally owned machine. So if you're new to the channel, what I do is I have a full-size IGT slot machine. We get it set up to max bets, anywhere from $900 to $1,000 a spin. The whole point is to try to get to $1 million jackpot, just to see if it's even possible. So far, we've gotten pretty close. I think our record right now is $848,000 on Cleopatra 2. But we still have not gotten there yet. But we're trying. Yeah, so I think this camera is actually doing pretty good once I turned the autofocus thing off and adjusted it a little bit. Definitely looks better than that C310. Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, this camera is supposed to have twice the resolution and higher frames per second at 1080p, so it's HD for you guys. I don't know if the stream dumbs it down a little bit or not, but I guess I was kind of lucky that it worked because the box was literally smashed to bits when I got it. And I thought, well, that's nice. Didn't come with any free chiclets though, so. Yeah, Sizzling Slots. So what I did was I actually had to turn the autofocus off. So in the settings through OBS, if you do get this new Logitech, you can actually disable all the autofocus, the white balance, all those extra settings. Just turn all the autos off and then manually focus. Because what it was doing was when the reels would spin, it would go in and out of focus. So it was a little bit obnoxious. Now, as you guys have known, if you watch this game on previous streams, this game can be extremely volatile, and it can be really tight for a long time. But if you stick with it, like you see on that other video where we hit $400 and some $1,000, 11 retriggers, it can really go crazy. Hey, political and economic prophecy. Greetings from the degenerate gambler and his brethren. Greetings, my friend. Let me move this up just a little bit. There we go. Get the sound better. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this camera. It wasn't too bad either, price-wise. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see the box. C922X ProStream webcam. But what's kind of cool about it is if you're a gamer for like on Twitch TV or whatever you stream, it'll actually, instead of doing a green screen when you're recording yourself gaming, it'll do it for you. So it automatically green screens the player and puts you on top of the video game, which is kind of cool. Anybody who's ever done streaming on video games and had to mess with a green screen can appreciate that. I haven't messed with that part of the software yet, so. So we started out with a little bit more than 50,000. Normally we started out with like 50,000 even, but I had, I think, like 6,000 in the machine, so probably closer to 6,000, 60,000. It's a Slot Machine asks, what's the longest I've ever sat at the machine for? I'm going to say probably, on this one here, has been with you guys when we do those crazy long streams trying to abuse kitty glitter. I think we had one stream that was like 3 hours. For me, that's about max. Now, at the real casino, when I'm in Vegas and stuff, I can go 48 hours straight. I mean, nothing stops me then. But when I'm here in my own game room, there's lots of distractions, so it's hard for me to just sit still that long. But for you guys, we went 3 hours on kitty glitter the other day, or last week, and still didn't get the re-trigger. I cannot believe we didn't get the re-trigger on kitty glitter yet. Also, I will be getting Aztec Temple here shortly, which is cool. That's a fun one. And the Country Cache, you remember that one? We did it on stream last week. I went to set that board back up and it failed to boot. So one of two things happened. One, it's just a fluke and it just happened, or two, I was not careful enough with static electricity. Aha! I knew if I told a story we'd get the bonus. Alright, hopefully this is a big one. Not too bad, we got it on the first 50, so. Finally. Hey, good morning, Blue Frog. Sorry I missed your chat there. Just looking at the game. Hope you're having a happy Wednesday morning. Tis hump day. Not bad for a first bonus. 22-2. Usually seems to start out like that. We start out with some smaller bonus rounds and then we work our way into the big one. Alright, so back to that boring, unnecessary story. So yeah, I guess maybe, I don't know what happened to that other board, but rest in peace, Country Cash. We literally got to play it one time on stream. That was probably the most expensive stream I ever made. And the funny part is, I think I deleted the stream. I don't know. That was when I was still trying to figure it all out. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I think I was pretty surprised when we got close to, we got close to $500,000 on it, which was pretty amazing. I think the one that's probably going to be the machine that will beat it is going to be Cleopatra 2. There's really only 2 or 3 games I think we can do it on. Cleopatra 2, Kitty Glitter, and actually that's probably about it. I mean, I've seen Wolf Run do really well, actually. But you need a ton of re-triggers because there's no multiplier on it, so. Yeah, we're basically shooting for, you know, over 1,000x, so that's pretty rare. I mean, that $840,000 jackpot on Clio 2 was extremely rare. But we sure were close. Exactly. Political and economic prophecy says that background music though, right? You're marching towards gambler's heaven or hell. That's pretty cool. They did a good job on this game though. And it's pretty popular at our locals. I ended up having to cover up the sub again on this this particular cabinet. It was just way too loud. Well, that was that. Wow. So we won 22 and we put in almost 60. So we need to win something here. Yeah, if we could have like a Buffalo Grand or something. I mean, those are super volatile. I mean, but you're gonna have to play it for days to get there, you know. But who am I kidding? I mean, we've been playing these for days, weeks. Yeah, I've been there. It's a slot machine. I've had to put. I used to have machines that would take the coins, but I never had to put pennies though. We always had the machines I had before the S2000s were all quarter. But yeah, I remember carrying around the buckets of quarters. The casinos always had the little wet wipes everywhere because you'd walk around with black fingers from messing with the coins. Those were the days. The good old days. Those machines were terrible as they aged. You know, if they had an error or anything went wrong, the reels would just start slowly spinning and you'd have to sit there and wait for them to come perform open machine surgery. Maybe we'll switch up the bet a little bit. There you go. A little 10 G's. Let's see, while we hear that music, I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit because it looks like washed out. That's a little better. It was looking a little pale. Turn the white down a little bit. White balance. I think it's good. Yeah, IGTM 1986. I can't remember the exact model of those two machines that we had going back. Yeah, they were fun though, man. It was a 10 times and a 5 times machine. We played the heck out of those things. They were a little more finicky than these, although these are pretty sensitive. I don't know. I'm actually surprised that we somehow cooked the country cache board. A little disappointed in that because I'm usually super cautious with static. I wear a little static wristband that discharges static while I'm working on the circuitry. But apparently I shuffled my foot or something, I don't know. These machines can be whiny babies. Well, I mean, and you pay for the game board, so if you're buying game boards, if they're, you know, whatever you're buying, if it's $400 or $500 a pop, and yep, just takes a little static charge. Hey, good morning, Sean. Welcome back. How you doing today? Happy Wednesday to you. Let's see if we can get lucky again like we did the other day on this one. For those of you, if you haven't seen it yet, there is a absolutely crazy bonus round on this Valhalla game. I think it was 11 re-triggers. Unheard of. 400 and some $1,000. Should be in my videos anyway. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you check it out. Also, if you're new and just tuning in for the first time, make sure you subscribe if you like watching the slot play. This is, oh, there we go, see? Anyway, a little tidbit of advice here. Every time I start a boring story, the machine cuts me off with a bonus round. So, that's fine with me. I think that's the highest paying symbol, isn't it? Besides the wild, obviously. So it was a little bit better than the last one. I think the last one was what, 22? So 25, so it's kind of following the same it always does here. Not too shabby. Hey, Bro Now's back in the house. What's up, man? Happy Wednesday morning to you. Rebecca, how are you today? And big time slot watcher, I think we will be playing Zeus pretty soon. The WMS cabinet itself is about $2,300, and then the games, depending on the game, are about $500 a piece. So to get into the WMS line of games is not cheap, but I think it'd be well worth it, because once we get that cabinet in, it opens up a whole nother set of games. From what I understand, they're not as sensitive as these games are, as far as reprogramming and the electronics. Hey, Steve Webb, welcome, man. Yeah, so Steve asked, oh, hey, I wasn't paying attention. Reading chat, and we hit 20,800, almost as good as the bonus round. I think it's starting to warm up. So Steve asks if this is my job, and do I have favorites? Also, is it like everything just luck? Pretty much. So the answer to the first question is no, this is not my real job. But it is a fun part of my life. I've always been I like electronics, and so I got into slot machines just for fun. And funny thing was, I was actually going to start my channel doing drum lessons online through Twitch TV. But I couldn't get that all worked out, so I had this slot fetish thing going on. I figured, hey, let's throw it online and see if anybody likes it, because I like it. And I did, and people did. So, long story short, we do this stream during the week because I work in the evenings and in the early mornings. So in the after work hours, or in between work hours, I throw up some slot play. And I figured we could do it at regular denominations, but that's not as fun as cranking these things up to the maximum bet. Because when I go to our local casinos, here where I live, $100 is our max bet, so I can't see any real good high action slot play. That's why I tune these guys up to crazy levels. And to answer the question on luck, yes, it is absolutely 100% all luck. There's no way to cheat these new machines that I know of. Hey, Deanna's back in. How's it going? Good morning to you. Hello, Kelly. Welcome back. Hope you guys you ladies are having a great morning on Wednesday. Get your coffee ready. We're going to break out a huge jackpot on Valhalla. Which is kind of funny because this was just started out for fun, right? So I just threw this up online. I figured, why not? People are streaming. There's some weird stuff on YouTube, right? I figured it couldn't be any more weird than some of those things you see. So I threw it up, and next thing you know, we're quickly approaching 3,000 subs and over 1 million views on YouTube. We're climbing up towards 2 million now, which boggles my mind, but hey, it's cool with me. Let's see if we can get it to actually take the ticket. You hear those gears? Okay, so that's another thing about these machines. If you do plan on ever buying your own slot machine, and it's legal to own in your state, be prepared. You're going to have to work on them a little bit. They don't just run flawlessly. That's why your casinos have whole teams of people that are slot technicians that go around, and all they do is fix and repair and work on these things, because there's just a lot of things that are always needing attention. That sound of that gear grinding is one of them. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to do a quick on-stream operation of old Valhalla here. Let's open this dude up. I'm going to reseat the cash box. There you go. So yeah, if you do get one of these, know they're temperamental, know that they're not perfect, and you probably want to get a little bit of knowledge on how to work on them. Nelson says he hates his job. Interferes with your watching the YouTube slot machine videos. You know, that's the whole point of this channel here. If you hate your job, tune into slots and stuff. We'll help you keep it completely unproductive. You know, we do our part. Come on, Valhalla, take that ticket. There we go. Plus, we're not grinding gears. One thing I found is if you don't fix it when it starts grinding gears like that, it'll chew them up, and then you have to replace a bunch of parts, and that's not fun. Hey, Gerardo, welcome in, man. Welcome to the channel. So we just have a lot of fun in here. We shoot the bull, tell goofy stories. I like to chat it up with chat. And hopefully win a giant jackpot in the process. So since I'm in IT, the majority of my time is watching, monitoring servers. And for those of you who are in IT can appreciate that and know that you always have to have something else to do unless you just like sitting staring at monitors all day long, waiting for something to break. Inevitably things break, but trust me, I mean, it's not like you have to watch the monitor. As soon as it breaks, you got plenty of phone calls right away. Plus the idea is to get a team of people doing it for you so that you don't have to. Biggest win on the machines that we're using for the stream here was on the IGT I game, and it was Cleopatra 2. And I was actually caught on video. I was lucky enough, this was earlier in the when I started this stream, this channel I should say. I just happened to have the camera rolling because there's been a lot of great footage or bonus rounds that I don't have on camera because I didn't have it rolling. But I had the camera on. It was on Cleopatra 2, and I think it was $840,000. It's the closest we've ever come to the million. If you want to check it out, just click on the little videos tab after we're done with the stream, or now, whenever, and you can check that video out. It's pretty epic. So we have an $801,000 and an $840,000. Big Time Slot Watcher asks if I've ever played Wildlife. I have not seen that game, actually. I think the majority of games that we have here locally are going to be either IGT, WMS, Ainsworth, the Bally setup, and a few other lesser known. But the majority are all those, like the big four, you know. I don't know if they actually have like sales reps that come out and call on the casinos to sell their machines into the casino, or if the casino just, I don't know how they determine which machines they buy. That's always interesting to me. But by far, I think, see, IGT used to really rule the roost in our local casinos. And then I'm starting to see a lot more of the Ainsworth machines now. Hey, that would be a cool job, though. Be a sales rep for one of the manufacturers. Big Time Slot Watcher asks if we'll ever buy the Buffalo Gold. Chances are probably not for some time. There are some regulations to how old a machine must be before you can own it. And those type machines, you can own them eventually, like all those that are tied into a network for a large jackpot. You just have to configure them so that you basically create a network and hook it up to your own network and then tell it what you want the jackpot to be. So we could actually make the grand jackpot, in that case, probably whatever we want it to be. But we can't tune it up to make it hit the jackpot. It's just like any of the other machines. We may have to play it for 10 years to hit it. Yeah, that Simpsons machine is super popular. I wish we could get that one. I think it's too new, though. So they put in the new version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's like got 3 screens. It's a big wide machine, and it's just as bad as part 1. So Charlie and the Chocolate Factory 1 never paid anything, and this newer one is even worse. Yeah, I know, Deanna. I'd love to do that. And I think that's where this channel is going to go eventually. Because once they see my whole approach is this. I have already kind of put the requests in, and I know that it's on their radar, but I don't have enough subscribership, let's call it weight, if you will, to really have them say, hey, whoa, maybe it's a good idea. Like you've got some of these big channels with 50,000 plus subscribers that can go into a casino and say, hey, look, here's our subscriber base, here's our hourly views average. It carries a lot more weight the more subs you have, the more views you have. Now that we're over 1 million views, we're definitely getting there. But if I can build a good case to present to the casino here locally, that's going to help me get permission. And if we can get permission, then we'll definitely go live quite a bit in the real casino. I mean, I'm there all the time anyway, and it's only going to help them out. I mean, you can see some of the results from what's happened with some other channels that have just started, where you see people that are actually, like today, for example, the live play on the Big Jackpot. They're going to have a live group poll tonight, and some other exciting things over there. So you see people flying from all over the country to go to that casino as a group event. So I think these are really good ways to reach out, kind of like grassroots marketing, you know? That's what I was thinking, Kelly. I was thinking about having, you know, Scott and the guys send that press kit down here to our locals. And then once they open the doors, hopefully it will loosen them up a little bit. We're kind of behind the times here. I say within the next few years, pretty much the entire gaming community is going to have a different approach on that. I mean, once they see the success of these channels, I mean, you see when any of the streamers go live in these casinos, they literally have like a little stream of people behind them there to see them play and to play themselves. I mean, nobody's going to go to the casino without any money on them just to watch somebody. They're going to go play themselves. So in the Southwest, which is where I'm from, in the U.S., there are so many casinos, but they're all the majority are on Indian land. And so they each have their own rules and regulations. And it's a little more tricky getting in touch with them, or in touch with the right people. Typically, you have to actually run the proposal up through a tribal council, who then meets and makes a decision on it. And because they're very busy, a lot of times when you have requests in to the council, by the time it actually comes to their board meetings, you are at the very bottom of the pile and most often probably passed up. So it's not an easy thing to get them to change their opinion on their rules and regulations. Yeah, Big Time Slots asks if we ever watch JFK. I watch him all the time, man. He is funny. He is funny, man. He's one of the first channels I started watching back when. Him, I think it was his, Vegas Low Roller, and then Brian Christopher were the first channels that I ever watched. Yeah, JFK. He's a blast. Oh, man, lights going off. What's funny is, like, I would still watch him. I mean, I'd watch every single one of his videos, and then he would have a video where it would just be like, you know, that intro, him walking into the casino, putting like, you know, a couple tickets into a machine, like 2 spins, and then it would be like a cut scene, and then a jackpot, and then him putting more tickets into a machine and printing out a single ticket. He's awesome, man. Cracks me up. Way to do it, man. Flip them and dip them. No, shout out to JFK. He's awesome. Plus, he's a Corvette guy. Anybody's a Corvette guy, you got points in my book for sure. I'm also a Corvette fan. Don't you all be hating on Corvettes now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I can't. He's funny, too. I like all the channels, man. You can see, I don't know if I have it turned on to public or not, but I subscribe to all those channels, man. They're all a good time. I obviously can't watch some of those channels when I have, like, the family around just because of the language, at least unless I have the headphones on. But, you know, one thing I considered from the very beginning was the core audience. The core audience and demographic of this, what we're doing here, is typically male, primarily male, and primarily in the 30 to 48 age range. But there are kids in here sometimes that do watch these streams, and so I try to keep them as family friendly as possible. I have lots of little nieces and nephews, and I would not want them watching some of those videos, if you know what I mean. There we go. Yeah, I try to keep it clean. Clean as I can. Of course, hey, what's up, Juan? Welcome back, man. Happy Wednesday to you, sir. The funny thing was the other day when the stream started on its own, I think I deleted the video. The stream started on its own. I started up OBS. I had the mic muted. Thank goodness I did. Because I was setting up the machine, I was getting things ready for the show, and I stubbed my toe on the freaking stand, and I instantly had plenty of words to say. And then I looked up and the stream was running. I was like, oh my gosh. Good times, good times. Oh, nice. And I didn't even have to start a boring story. Okay, let's see what's up with this thing. I want to see that. I want to beat that last one we had. Okay, so as you guys know, if you haven't seen the video before, like a week ago, we had that amazing bonus run on this game. We had 11 retriggers. So the goal is to beat that. We can do it without that many retriggers, but I think it was like $400,000. Let's see what we can do. Wow, that was terrible. We've had line hits better than that. Come on, Valhalla. Where's the treasures? Yeah, we'll reset that. That didn't even happen. Oh wait, we got something for that. Here. That's what I think of that bonus. Alright, back in the action. Yeah, we had a funny story. Uh-oh. All right. Check in the servers. I can spin and check servers at the same time. How's that for talent? Okay, so we had this guy. Okay, so this one guy. Get this. Check this out. This is a true story. They just put in the giant rounder of Locket Link. Okay, at our casino here. They had just finally got it set up. Beautiful machine. I mean, just there's 6 of them in the bay, I believe. And just finally got it configured and set up. And some guy was putting money in that thing like nobody's business because it was a new machine. He figured, I'm going to get paid. Didn't win for days. I don't know how much money he lost. He's playing, you know, I think it's $25 max bet. I had already walked away, but apparently he got pissed off and punched the buttons. And the buttons are, it's actually a glass panel where the buttons are. And broke it. Well, long story short, the casino's now has him on the hook for a ridiculous amount of money to repair that machine. So careful if you punch him. If you punch him, you may end up buying him. But I have seen that. I had one lady that was next to me in the high limit room, and we were doing on what was it? The Ainsworth machines. They actually asked her to get up and leave because she was hitting. She was kind of not punching it, but I could tell she was upset. You know, she was into it. She was chasing her losses, and the more she lost, the harder she hit. And finally, security came over, and I noticed them standing behind us, and I was thinking, "Uh-oh, what's happening?" And sure enough, they escorted her out, asked her to leave. It's funny, I know. It's sad though, because we've all been there, man. Trust me, I've wanted to just knock one of those machines right off its stand, but nowadays, you know, now that after having played this your own machines, you get to really understand how truly far away a real crazy line hit can be. See, before I'd go in, I'd always go into the casino with the idea that, hey, I'm going to win, you know? And now that I have these machines and I know how long it takes, I go in with a totally different approach now. Now I go in, I say, okay, the way it's supposed to be done, I have my budget, I leave my credit cards at home, I don't take my ATM with me. When that budget's gone, I leave. That's not how it used to be, though. I used to go in for the long haul, if you know what I mean. Hey, Trevor, what's up, man? Welcome to the back. Yeah, Trevor, yesterday, that was a good win, man. But I was able to, I got it all posted up on YouTube, so you can check out the full stream. Or if you just want to see the big hit jackpot win, you can just click the short video. I like doing that. That way you don't have to watch the full stream, because there's been times when I have like full streams of other channels that I have to like try to figure out where the jackpot is within like the 1 hour. So we'll pare them down. If we hit something crazy, I'll always scrape out the big hit. Hey, 800 times 25. That's pretty good. That was better than the bonus round. Yeah, the way I see it is, you know, if a machine is taking me to the bank, I'll get up and walk away from it, but I'll be back. You know what I mean? The problem is when you get too invested into a machine, that's when it gets ugly. And especially if, and I know every one of you guys has had this happen, you'll pump a ton of money into a machine, you get up hesitantly, maybe because you used your bankroll. The minute you get up, somebody sits down and literally on the next spin hits a jackpot. And we've talked about this before, and I agree with Diana on this. I just got to walk away. I'm not going to sit there and watch because I know it's going to happen. Hey, Bryce, what's up, buddy? Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We just have a lot of fun in here. And if you're a slot fan and a degenerate gambler, just kidding. I call myself a degenerate gambler. Hey, if you just like slots, be sure to subscribe I usually go live Monday through Friday. Give you a little slot action with your coffee. Yeah, it happens a lot. I had, what was that stupid machine? Last time, I was on Ainsworth, the one with the Phoenix, where it's got the 2 Phoenix on either side. It's $25 to spend, I believe, is what it was. And I was up big time for the day between 2 different casinos, but that one almost took it all back. I was able to leave with some profit, but I don't even know. I wasn't counting. I didn't even want to know. But the minute I got up, I went to the machine just to the left of it, and a lady comes, sits down, and hits the freaking bonus round, and it re-triggers twice. She took out like $8,600 out of that machine. Literally probably the money I just put in it. I cashed out, I got my quote, free beverage, and I left. I didn't even bother getting my free casserole dish. Okay, there was that. That was another 60. I'll put in another 50 here. Yeah, exactly, Trevor. So Trevor brings up a good point. Just because somebody wins a big jackpot on a machine does not mean it's going to stop playing. If you see somebody hit a good win on a machine and they get up and leave, I always will sit down and at least play 5 or 10 spins through it. Yeah, big time slot watcher. Magnets? No, it won't work, man. Especially, I mean, these new video slots, of course, but the older real slots, the actual wheels were not even metallic. They're made of plastic. The only thing I've ever seen that was legitimately a hack was, and you can see it, it's on YouTube, there's a video of the guy, it was on a show, I think it was called Cheating Vegas or something like that. And the guy had this device that you could actually insert into the coin slot. And it would fool the machine into paying out coins. It made the machine think it was paying out a jackpot, and it would just spit coins out of the hopper. But, of course, that guy ended up serving a lot of years in prison. These new machines, though, I don't think there's any way that's possible to manipulate them. The fast stop of the reels is about the closest we've come to understanding what might influence it, and that's only on very few games. And that's also just completely assumption and probably just luck. Like we did on all these games we've been playing, we actually tested the stopping the reels quick with fast play on Wolf Run successfully, and it seems very consistent. So if you're on a dry spell on Wolf Run, you just fast stop the reels. It usually brings in the wilds. But again, that could just be that we're changing up the rhythm. Yeah, Trevor, exactly. It's the one where they're at the bar, because they didn't go into a big casino, obviously, but they went into that bar and his wife distracts the bartender while he goes over, and it's on YouTube. I can't remember the name or the title of the video. This machine can be pretty brutal. The other day, I probably sat and just fast played it for a good 45 minutes, just back-to-back fast play like this. Oh, there you go. And I didn't get a single bonus. And it's even set at the maximum payout, 98%. This one goes up to 98.06. And even at that, it's pretty much working us today. Are you serious, big time slots? That's disgusting. One story I did hear, whether it's true or not, is that one of the local techs here was telling me that there's some people that will actually sit at a machine purposely wear, you know, adult underpants or diapers so that they don't have to get up from their machine because they don't want anybody else to play it. They'll literally sit there. They won't go to the bathroom. They'll just go right there where they're sitting. And he said it's absolutely true story, and that they have to clean the chairs all the time because of that. Pretty gross. Yeah, it kind of makes you... Well, the other thing that's really bad too, and for you guys that are germaphobes, I join you, but the thing is that nobody washes their hands, and I find that filthy and disgusting. So for my PSA, guys, please wash your hands when you use the restroom, for the sake of everybody, especially during flu season. Like 9 out of 10 guys walking out of the bathroom do not wash their hands. So when you go to the casino, make sure you wash your hands, please. There, I'm doing my part making the world a little bit better place. I mean, any of you who've worked in healthcare or anything and gone through the classes of, I think it's called nosocomial and cross-contamination or infection, know that the importance of washing your hands. So much disease and sickness could be prevented if we just washed our hands. Come on, machine. Isn't that weird, like how tolerant the casinos can be? I mean, I've seen people go on a full-on rampage through the casino. And you feel bad because I've been there, you know, you just get so... Sometimes you can get so caught up trying to chase a win, and if you're losing and then you're chasing your loss, it's just a bad situation. Yeah, exactly. I mean, have somebody hold the machine for you. Give them a 5 spot. Say, hey, can you hold this for a second? Let me use the restroom. Well, these days you probably need to give them 20 and make it worth it. But a new thing that we're getting a lot of now is, I noticed the last few times I've gone, is people coming up to you and hitting you up for cash right there at the machine. Like, almost like, you know how people beg at the street corners? They are doing it in the casino. The first few, I was like, okay, cool, yeah, here, I'll help you out. You know, it's all good. And then I realized, wait a minute. They're starting to congregate. It's like sharks if there's blood in the water. Oh, that is so gross, Kelly. That's pretty cringy. Most of the nicer casinos here, they have really good security. They keep pretty close eye on you. Obviously, I mean, I haven't been able to record, which is kind of funny because it's been lax lately. Because I've had, I'll get a phone call or whatever when I'm in the casino, and I'll answer my phone. I'll look at it. I'll check my email, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm just like one little button away from actually recording this, but they're keeping an eye, you know, the eye in the sky. Trust me, it's been tempting. I've tried a couple times for you guys, but no success. Because I notice whenever I pull out my phone to answer it or look at, you know, email or whatever, I instantly, within a minute, there's already security coming around. So they're pretty quick on it. Yeah. All right. Time for redemption. Any guesses? Based on previous performance, I'm going to say it's probably going to be around 30,000. But let's hope it's bigger. Thought we were going to get it there. No retrigger, but let's see, where do we end up? 1,716. So 42, okay. Hey, somebody called it. Trevor, you said 40, but that was close to the end. Hold on, let me look. Big time slot watcher. Actually, Carlos came in at 45. I think Carlos wins the day. He came in at 45. He was just $2,100 off. That was a pretty good guess. Good job, Carlos. You win the prize, sir. Not too bad. Maybe it's turning around. That's probably the closest guess I've seen so far on a bonus round. Within $2,000. Maybe it's your day to go. Ooh, a nice line hit there. Back to back. 25,200, not too shabby. Not close enough, though. Not close enough. Oh, Carlos. Whoo, lost 2K. Hey, man, it goes fast, doesn't it? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, I could print tickets a big time. The thing is, like, if you're playing at 25 bucks a spin on a lot of these machines, like the Lightning Link, Locket Link, the Ainsworth will go up to 100 easy out here. I mean, yeah, you can dump out $2,000 real quick. On the flip side of that coin, you can also win $2,000 real quick. I don't know about you, but I kind of don't like. There's nothing more irritating than putting $1,200 into a machine to win a $1,200 hand pay and then have to fill out a form and pay taxes. I think that pisses me off. And then everybody's congratulating you. Oh, you won. That's so awesome. And you're like, not really. I'm actually down quite a bit. Oh, the cats got you. Yeah, we have a cats here that, we have a $15 cats, which is a nickel machine. Then we have a $45 cats, which is, 9 times 5, so it's a 9-line. But they both are... Sometimes they're on fire, though. That's what kills me. Like, I'll go in there and see them, and they're just playing like crazy. And then I'll sit down, and it just takes. But in all fairness, I have also sat down and hit jackpot on my second spin. I have some pictures on the YouTube channel where I think it was the intro to our channel originally for slots and stuff, where it just kind of has some music and it plays through all my jackpot pictures. And I got a bunch more now, but there's one where I flipped every single machine on that row and had a hand pay, a whole row of hand pays. It was pretty awesome, which is pretty rare because usually the machines that are the tightest are the ones next to the ones I'm always winning on. But I actually won on them, so. But the odds of doing that again are super rare. I've tried and tried and tried. Oh, sorry, I missed a question. Let me look. Okay, yeah, so the ticket in, ticket out system. So, yeah, so basically the way, in order to do that for a home machine, you have to implement a little networking card. And so the networking card, what that does is it connects the ticket printer to the bill validator, and then validates the barcode and the digital transaction with itself. So whereas normally it would be networked to the casino to validate, it just essentially validates through this own little board that is in the machine. And it also does connect via Cat5 cable to your network, and then you can connect to it via mobile device or any web-enabled device. And it assigns it an IP address, just like a computer. And then you can log into the machine through that IP address and give yourself like bonus credits, almost like free play. So it's the same way they'll give you free play. Yeah, so Ronisha asks, what is the biggest win on slots and stuff? And also, yeah, so the casinos, they don't like you filming, and some casinos do. You can always check with your casino before attempting, just to avoid trouble, especially if you only have one casino locally. You don't want to get banned out of your local casino. Some casinos will let you. There are a few, depending on where you live, that are okay with that, as long as you don't record other patrons and table games or anything else. Make sure you just check with your casino. The biggest jackpot that we have on slots and stuff is $840-some thousand. I hit it like 2 weeks ago. We caught it live. I think it was live. If it wasn't live, it was recorded. Either way, you can check it out if you click on our videos tab for the channel. It's titled Biggest, I think it's Biggest Cleopatra 2 Jackpot on YouTube or something like that. The second biggest was $801,000. It was a pretty amazing bonus round. We still have not hit the $1 million. Yes, 895,000, something like that. Or, yeah, we'll check it out. I can't remember. I mean, we hit so many jackpots here, I lose track now. Once I hit the $1 million, though, I'll remember that one. I promise you. Yeah, a lot of people ask that question. It was asked, Big Time Slot Watcher says if we could somehow replicate the ticket, and it would be impossible. So basically the tickets, as you know, every casino has their own voucher or ticket, and it has a whole barcode and a string of numbers, tells the casino when it generates that ticket, puts on there the machine, the position, the time of day, yada yada yada, a bunch of information that is specific just to that ticket. And you cannot replicate that. I wouldn't even want to try. Yeah, no. Gotta keep it all on the up and up, you know? That's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to mess with the casinos and their money. Play fair, win fair, or end up in jail, basically. That's how they play out here. And that's actually not too bad. You do some of that in the old-time Vegas, downtown Vegas, you may lose a few kneecaps. A couple kneecaps, how about that? Not a few, unless you're an alien, in which case you might have a few. Actually, you know what? What's funny is the jackpot reset key is pretty standardized for the most part, unless they rekey the cabinet. And the barrel key is also, you know, they make different barrel keys. It's just like a barrel key you'd have on like a vending machine. So those can be changed out too, just like regular keys. I think the only machine delo that'll hit the million, honestly, or that we even remotely have a chance, is probably going to be Clio 2. Or Clio 1 maybe, but Clio 2 because of the multiplier. You have a cap at 50 free spins on Clio, so if you hit the cap, you're going to 50x. All it takes is one line hit up there between 40 and 50, and you could be there. We're looking at for 1000x. I hit locally at our casino here 2,600 times the line bet. So it's absolutely possible. I mean, all the games in theory at the very highest line hit, like this one for instance, let's just take a peek. So for Valhalla, you got 5,000 times your line bet with a 5 of a kind wild. Okay, so then let's look into the, and then in the bonus round, wilds are doubled. And then any of the little characters, oh, the wild just double the pay. So you can go up to 10,000 times, because remember those double your pay. So again, back to this. So we go to 10,000 times line bet in the bonus round. So this one is absolutely capable, no doubt. It's just a matter of getting lucky. Nelson asks if I've ever participated in a group pull. I have not yet. Group pulls were fairly new to me, as far as like just last year I started really looking at that. I thought that would be pretty cool. The whole thing about the taxes, though, that's what I got a little tripped up about, because I thought, hey, that'd be cool. We can all get together, have a gigantic group pull, just make it epic. But then it's like, well, wait, what about the taxes? Because whoever pushes the button's got to pay the taxes on that. So I'm sure you can work it out, just as long as everybody's all on board with it. You know, whoever's going to be pushing the button has to pay the tax, then part of it, or the percentage, or even if the casino just withholds the tax. There you go. Problem solved, right? So that's the way to do it. So if you're doing a big group pull, I guess you could just have the casino withhold the taxes, and then that way you just split the winnings evenly. Makes sense, right? Hey, Big Time Slot Watcher, I have to check that video out. Let's see. Zeus Machine. Looks like the big payback hit it. $45 to spend, got 33,000. That's a good hit. 33,000 on a $45 bet. Not too shabby. Hey, thanks, Radisha. Good luck with your slot channel. When you start your channel, be sure to pop in. We'll give you a shout out. I support every channel I can. I don't mind doing that. I'm not trying to keep you all to myself. Yeah, that Prowling Panther video is epic, man. I love that one. That was a huge hit. I wish we had that machine here. We don't. It's probably good that we don't, because I'd get stuck on it. There was another 50 right there. That was quick and easy. So Carlos asks about the algorithm random chip, or the RNG random number generator, and that these newer machines have behavioral gambling recognition or gambler recognition. I have not heard anything about that yet. I do know that these things do kind of play out the stops on a curve. So depending on where the machine is sitting in as relevant to the percentage of hold. So it's basically like a calculator, if you will. So it keeps within a certain range of the machine hold. It's all based on a curve. So if you ever, I think the closest thing I could tie this to, at least in my tiny brain, is the VIX. So if you ever invest in the stock market, or if you're like an e-trader or day trader, check out the VIX, or the volatility market. If you look at that, that's probably about par with what a slot machine does. So it's a never-ending downward spiral, basically. The longer you stay in a position with the VIX, or the longer you sit at the slot machine, you're ultimately heading to zero. Now, all along the way, there's going to be little pops, little ups and downs. The idea is that you sit down and hopefully hit one of those little pops. But don't sit there forever thinking you're going to, because that's how you lose all your money. So yeah, check out the VIX, look at the volatility curve, look at that index, read about it, and that you can apply that almost directly to a slot machine. The never-ending run to zero. Yeah, same in progressives as well. Although progressive machines are probably tuned to a much tighter percentage. So they all share the same. So if a machine like, say, Buffalo Grand is set up, or like in the old days, the Wheel of Fortunes, they're all set up and networked together. They all have to be programmed at the same payout percentage. So if they set them at 80% or 82%, then that's going to be the rule for that game for all casinos. Because it wouldn't be fair for one casino to have that network game put their machine at 98%, because they want the because when those hit, I mean, that's a huge thing for a casino when they get those big hits on those network games. I mean, everybody knows when the Megabucks hits, because it goes all over the place and it gets published everywhere, and it's like, hey, where'd the Megabucks hit? And oh, that was at Caesars, you know. And then everybody for the next year or two goes to Caesars and dumps their mortgage into the Megabucks machine. Hey, Lucanito, 1985, welcome, man. Thanks for the good luck wishes all the way from Europe. I'm still yet to hit a progressive. Truth be told, I mean, I actually prefer to not play progressive machines. I try to avoid them, actually. Your payback and play is usually better if you're on a limited budget, or if you're just going in to have some fun. You're probably going to be better off playing where you can see the pay table. And do pay attention to those pay tables. If you've noticed over the last 10 years, the pay tables on Wheel of Fortune have gotten smaller and smaller and smaller. We have a $15 Wheel of Fortune. It's $5, three coin max bet. And the wheel at the top has literally been cut in half over the last 10 years. It used to pay out, I think the top payout was $40,000 on the wheel, and it went down to $20,000, and now it's down to $10,000. And it never hits that. But I just think it's funny, because if you're not paying attention to those things, you could have the same machine in 3 different positions on the floor with different pay scales. Also, check your max bet. Is it worth max betting, right? I mean, is there a bump in the payout? Some machines will actually have a better payback per coin bet. So sometimes it's better not to bet the full max amount. That was it. All right, 50,000 in. All right, let's see what's going on in here. Let me readjust this. I think we're either going to get something with Valhalla, or we're going to kick Valhalla out, if you know what I mean. This machine is not happy. I think Valhalla's got heartburn today. I'm not sure what is up. So yeah, guys, we can't do Country Cash anymore. Unfortunately, I killed that board. I don't know how. I was going to play that one today because we didn't give Country Cash a real run. But the good news is we've got Aztec Temple coming. So we'll have the ability to do Aztec Temple. That's got a multiplier pick on the bonus round as well as free spin with retrigger. So that one's going to have the capability to reach $1 million. I'm only looking at buying games that are worth us getting to that $1 million jackpot. If it can't do it, I'm not. That whole twin win thing, done. It's gone. It's out of here. Not interested in a game that doesn't have a bonus round. Yeah, so the funny thing is, and it was a complete and total waste of time, but I spent the first few months of playing these games just trying to understand the mathematics behind it. And I thought I had a pretty good hold on it until about 5 or 6 streams ago, where it completely broke the math model that I had. I thought I was really starting to understand the volatility curve of the machines, because every game's a little different, and I was actually studying Clio 2. And just when I thought I had a hold on it, it completely proved me wrong. So I was at the position of these machines were only going to do about 15% plus or minus of the percentage hold. Or theoretical hold, right? So you calculate that theoretical hold, and then you figure 15%, right, plus or minus. Well, the game blew it out. We did a reset on the master accounting, and I think it went to like 48% positive payout. So it was basically, if on a casino floor, it would be a terrible machine. They'd probably take it out, readjust it. But it totally broke the math model, so that's all BS now anyway. So don't listen to me. Okay, I just checked chat. I will be sure to take care of that. One moment while I... There we go. Problem solved. Sorry guys, if you can't keep it nice in chat, I'll have to boot you out. This is all friends here. We all are here for the fun and entertainment. Keep it clean for the family. One thing you'll always be able to have here is a fun time, safe place, chat it up, have fun, enjoy each other, be nice. There's plenty of channels that you can go stir the pot on. Alright, now let's see if we can get it. Sorry about that, guys. I normally watch chat pretty close, but I was like actually, I'm doing like multitask here real quick. I'm playing a slot. I'm working on a server with my left hand, but now I'm just going to pay attention. Okay, that's why that phone rang just a minute ago. Just rebooting a server. But now I'm in the action. So Nelson asked if he's curious if casinos ever reset the accounting, and actually it depends on the casino. From what I understand, for the most part, they carry forward the accounting for the machine for the year. For obviously accounting purposes makes it easier. But I would imagine that some casinos make clear accounting when they put a new machine in. Not being an accountant, I don't know, but I just think, excuse me. For bookkeeping, it would probably be easier to carry the accounting forward. meaning the machine, even if they swapped out this machine, the next machine, obviously, you know, you see they put the little sticker on it. It's got the position, the ID of that machine. That way, at the end of the year, the accountants can go in and say, okay, this position, you know, 905, they have a revenue number, they have a master accounting for that machine. It doesn't matter to the accountant which machine sat there. It's just a dollar sign. So this machine, actually, I thought it was the little red-headed beard guy that pays the most, but it's actually, well, they're actually the same. So this guy, this little Viking dude, or the red-headed beard guy, 750 times line bet, and then in the bonus round, they all serve as multipliers, and they double it. So that's 1,500 times line bet. So one or more wild substitutes for these guys, and doubles. Okay, so only wild doubles the pay on those, which it doubles outside of the bonus round too. But those two guys there, that dude, oh cool, I didn't even know you could touch the screen on these guys. Now that's a good question. So for you mathematicians out there, calculating the percentage hold or calculating the theoretical hold, I did download a cheat sheet on it from a CPA, and I read like the first 3 pages, and I was like, whew, okay, I'll just push the button. I'm sure that if you're an accountant or have gone to school for that, calculating theoretical hold is probably pretty easy. My problem is when I go into the master accounting, let's do that now, and we look at this, there's a lot of different things going on here. So I just like looking at the overall coin in. Like so far between yesterday and today, we've put almost $1.5 million in. The machine's paid out $916,000, $366,000 in hand pays. But look at this. This is what I like to look at, because the base machine hold right now is at 37%. So it's way over withholding, meaning it's due for a payout real soon. Now there's a lot of other things you can go into. You can actually look at the total games played, how many were won, how many lost. Look at the volatility of this thing so far. We've played 1,600 spins and only won 385 of them. But yeah, you can see there's a machine period accounting, so it keeps track of your session. So all these things go into the calculation. Current accounting, over 30 days you can change the units. Then you have a denomination group accounting. See, so far we've only been playing the $25 denom. 1.4 million. And it gets into the weeds. I mean, it really does. Game group accounting, overall game accounting, and then security accounting. So you could really get lost in that. So I was trying to calculate theoretical hold. And I got about to the 5th page. And I just was pulling my hair out. So I was like, never mind. I'll just look at the basics. Soup? Somebody's having soup for lunch? So I realized that if you cook, on the cooking side of things, if you cook fish, I put it in, because I'm kind of weird about raw food and stuff, so I put some tilapia. It was supposed to be tilapia. I think it was cod, though. I put the fillets in the oven, and it was supposed to be at like 375, so I figured, hey, if it's 375, then 425 should be even better, right? Like faster. Don't do that. Fish is terrible when it's overcooked. My kitty liked it, though. Yeah, they were like little hockey pucks. So the cats ate a good dinner. They didn't care. Oh, yeah, and the volume goes down. There we go. Okay, we're going to get this bonus round. We got to get a big hit here. This thing's been messing with us for too long. Let's fast stop the reels a little bit. That doesn't seem to help us at all. Yeah, you do get better promotions the higher amounts you play. I mean, every player is worth a certain dollar amount to a casino, so you'll notice that if you have a favorite casino, always use your card. Hey, that's 25,000 right there. Finally something. Yeah, so each time you play at your casino, a lot of times it's better to stick with your favorite casino and always use your player's card, because your free play and all your bonus gravy stuff is all calculated off how much you play each time you visit. They keep track of all that per player, and plus for tax purposes, it'll help you with your taxes at the end of the year. Most casinos will print you out a profit and loss statement and help you with your taxes. I mean, for so many years I played at casinos before I really got into these machines, and I always had this superstition that for some reason if I was playing with my player's card I wouldn't win. Just because it just so happened that one day I forgot my player's card and I won a jackpot. Had a really good day. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't use my player's card. Well, truth be told, the percentage of the machine has absolutely zero correlation to the player's card. So whether you insert your card or don't insert your card cannot change the payback percentage on the machine. Now, some of the newer machines that we've talked about before, some of those newer network machines where they're running off a central server, can be changed on the fly. However, because of regulation, from what I understand, they cannot be changed once a player sits at the machine. So, the only thing it's going to do is help you if you use your player's card consistently. For A, tax reasons, B, you're going to get all the benefits, and free play. The higher your rank on that card, the more free play, the more free nights, the more massages, whatever you like, they'll hook you up. Hey, what's up, Chris? Welcome back, man. Nice. Chris just got $1,500 out of Clio 2. That's a good day, man. Nice. Congrats. I'm actually feeling the urge. I think we need to switch out to Clio 2, actually. Because, I mean, if we're going to give this thing a run towards the million, I honestly don't think we're going to hit it on this machine. I think we need to go Clio 2. This whole Valhalla thing. Come on now. One game that's seems to be pretty volatile is the Shadow Panther. We have a $45 Shadow Panther. It's a 15-line game with 9 max bet. It's a dollar machine. It never hits the bonus round, and I think if I ever did hit the bonus, it would be probably pretty good. I did win $8,400 not too long ago on that machine. Alright, what do you guys say? Should we just swap this thing out? Should we dump it and go Clio 2, or should we try another 50,000 through it? You decide. Yep, It's a Slot says yes. Bryce says Clio 2. Aaron, Clio 2. It's a Slot Machine, Clio 2. Carlos Herrera, Clio 2. Alright, I think it's overwhelming. Valhalla, you have been weighed wanting. We are going to ditch the Valhalla. We tried, guys, today. We hit a couple of bonus rounds. We hit some decent jackpots. However, all in all, yeah, that's a full-on fail. Either way, guys, thank you for joining what we do here on Slots and Stuff. If you're new to the channel, it takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to take the machine, swap out the game boards, reprogram, do all that. We're going to go back to Clio 2 in our EverQuest that never ends for the $1 million jackpot. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Click the little bell for notifications when I go live. That way you don't miss us when we come back. I appreciate you all again, and I will be back in like maybe 15-20 minutes, okay? Take care. Go enjoy your lunch. Toodles.